Hi folks, just going to do a sunroof here on a Capri, which is exactly the same sunroof as in your Mark II Granadas. The easiest way to take your headlining out, as I'll show you in from inside the car. Handle. I have noticed on Facebook quite a few people doesn't realise there's a button up here in front of the handle. That's for slide and tilt. What we want is we want the roof to be on slide. Now we go up the top and we take out these 3 screws. I'll just get a cover for the roof. Pause. Right, this screw here, it only needs half a turn and you can slide that out. We'll now do the other side. Now you've took the chrome plates off, all you need to do is go inside the car, bring the roof slightly forward so you can pull the front of the headlining down, which unclips it. Now you can slide it out. Easy as that. Now to remove the roof, slide it forward. And from inside the car, we have 3 8mm nuts on both sides. So we'll start with removing these. This side. Now from the top, all you do, lift the sunroof panel right out. Now, some cars actually has washers for spacers, some cars haven't. It's not a big issue if you have or you've not, but when you get to this stage, now's a good time to make sure these 2 screws are free, because that's your adjusting screws, there and there. Now, this is your, what you call, push plate that pushes the sunroof. Now if you remove these 2 screws, but I would advise you to mark it where it's coming off. I'm not going to personally do this. I'm just explaining to you because there's nothing wrong with this. If you remove these 2 plates, you can slide that further forward, and I've got a spare one to show you. That's why I'm not going to move that forward. That's a spare one. Now, what you've got to make sure is that's where the 2 screws would be. If you slid that further forward, it would be there. Sometimes you do an issue with the plastic tubing, which sits in that way, and it's got its wee legs. Sometimes what happens is these might break, so if you put it in and a wee bit of Haraldite around either side, because once that's in, you don't want it coming out. Going back to this drive plate, you want it nice and square with no movement side to side, because if you've got movement side to side, you'll also have movement at an angle, and that's not what you want. You want that to be square and just a very small amount of movement. Right. All we need to do, put these nuts back on. Put one on either side to hold it there. Now if you want, you can actually tilt the roof up so you can get in easier. Make sure the bolts are actually through the holes. Okay folks, now we've got the roof out. I know this is fine, so I don't need to adjust that. So the next step is put these back in. It's just slide in through that pin, i.e. like so. Now I know that's too far forward, so we'll move it back a bit, and now we're ready for the roof. What I'll show you now is, make sure these are free, because that's your adjuster. In order to adjust that, you need to slacken that and turn that up or down, whatever it is required. But you do that after. So what I've done is I've actually glued the washers on to the panel. It makes life a hell of a lot easier. I don't know, something like that. Pause. So as I said, you can do it, tilt the roof, and you can get in a wee bit easier with your fingers. There we go. And cut. Right, already we've got the nuts on. Now all we need to do is tighten them up. Make sure that bracket is to the centre of the car as far as it'll come. And now that side, just make sure, yep. Right, now the next step, that's your sunroof in the car, but we want to check all height measurements now. So what we'll do, slide the roof back, put the chrome plates back in. As for this stage, you only need one screw at the front just to hold the plate down. Tighten up that one, a wee nip. Slide this one out. And a screw at the front. The reason for the screw at the front is because your front slide, you're not going to get a proper measurement if that's too slack or if it's not there at all. Now slide it forward. Now I'll get a ruler just to show you. As you can see, what we're looking for is the front edge of your sunroof panel to be level with the roof or 2mm below the roof. As for the rear, you want the opposite. You want the sunroof panel level or 2mm above the actual roof of the car, which will help not having wind noises. So this requires adjustment, so we'll just do that now. Just slightly slacken the bolts, adjust your screw. Tighten your bolts, check the height. To me that is perfect. Now we'll do the other side. Yep, I'm good with that. Close it.